What's up, guys? It's your boy, Justin Carfer. We're back with another book review with the dog. It's been a while since we did a review with the dog. I don't know if she's panting because she's happy to be on camera, or is it because it's so hot despite how like foggy it is, but maybe not foggy, cloudy it is, but that could be from the wildfire. I don't know. Sorry to Americans out there, sorry for the wildfires, smoke you have to deal with, but at the same time we have to deal with the gas prices because of all the constant wars you wage. So oh my god, speaking of end this war, I'm reviewing another Warhammer 40k book. This is like the 6th book 40k book I'm reviewing in a row, to the point where, like, dude, I might need to take a break after this one. I might review 1 or 2 more, then we might take a break to review something else. Not to say this book was bad, it was good. It was a solid 7 out of 10. Almost would have been 8 out of 10. So this book is 319 pages long. It's Execution Hour by Gordon Rennie. It's a battlefield gothic book. Takes place during the start of the 13th Black Crusade. At least I think it's part of the 13th Black Crusade. It's basically about, like, Abaddon comes out of the Eye of Terror and wages a war on the Imperium, after being gone for like missing for 10,000 years. And this is where they kind of introduce the lore of the Horus heresy. The amount of times Abaddon, which Abaddon is in the book, he's like a minor character though. There's a few intermediary chapters where, like, you see his point of view, where he talks about the Horus heresy. And I was 100% correct, and other people say this correct, where, like, the Horus heresy is basically straight up was inspired by the prequels, to the point where, like, the Abaddon even has his own Death Star in the book called the Planet Killer. Holy, I couldn't believe that, man. They have their own Death Star, even though, like, I fought ships in this universe were already capable of destroying planets. Like, isn't that not what Exterminatus is when they give the order to destroy a planet? But I don't know, man. I don't know. Abaddon has a super planet killer ship called the Planet Killer. You could come up with a better name, man. So, one of the reasons this book came out in 2001, by the way. One of the reasons I bought this book was because the same guy who did the fan audiobook recording of Eye of Terror also did an audiobook for this. And I'm like, man, I have this book. I should read a review on the channel before I listen to his audio book that he did, which it's a Border Prince, who I'm talking about. And I read it and I loved it, dude. The guy has good taste in books, which I have the AC on, if you guys are worried about the dog. The AC is on, but I have it low because, or it might, it might not be able to, the noise from it might annoy the crap out of you. So I read the book and it's really good. It's basically just like all 40k books. It's a toy commercial. It's a toy commercial to a spin-off miniatures game called Battlefleet Gothic, where you control miniatures of ships and have fleet battles, which is fucking awesome, honestly. I don't know why they just don't have that as part of 40k, and this is the section where you have your fleet battles, kind of like with Armageddon, where it's like 1,000,000 fucking points or 10,000 points or whatever the fuck it is, dude. Holy shit! I remember I was talking to a guy. I went to the hobby store last week to meet up with new people because I apparently I pissed off my one friend and he blocked me. The one friend I was playing 40k games with, and I don't even know why. I think it's because I think it was because, like, we were supposed to have games, and it was like I kept like like, canceling last minute, but it was like, dude, it was like in the same week, and I was like, dude, I was like tired from work. I work 6 days a week, and this guy's unemployed, so I was like, dude, come on, give me a break. Anyway, I was talking to a guy, and he's like, yeah, I have 10,000 points army of Tyranids. It's like, what the fuck? Holy shit. But back to this book. Yeah, apparently Tyranids is fucking popular. Like, almost every fucking guy I know has a Tyranids army. And it's like, why the fuck? And apparently it's like a cheap army to build. Which Tyranids are not in the book, by the way. But yeah, back to this book review. The book kind of has like two major storylines, where the first half of the book, it's like Master and Commander, the Ridley Scott, I think it's a Ridley Scott film with Russell Crowe, where it's like you have the main character Leotin Semper, who's the captain of the Lord Solar Macarius, who is in charge of, who's going on fleet battles, fighting trader battleships, you know, one winning battle after another, with his flag lieutenant Latanti, who's a Hive World Necromunda like nobleman. Apparently, they have nobles on Hive Worlds. Oh my god. Who like the crew don't like because he's from a Hive World, and you have like this enslaved convict ganger, Maxim Barossa, who is part of this conflict. He's a basically indentured slave on the ship, who, after saving the life of Yatanti, the flag lieutenant, becomes a petty officer and becomes his bodyguard. Who's this big convict guy who people mistake is so big and bulky, people mistake him for a fucking space marine, right? So those are the main characters of the Battlefleet Gothic. And in the second half of the book, you get, well, I wouldn't say the second half, but like, you know, I would say before the second half of the first part of the book, you get introduced to the other characters, where Abaddon has a planet killer, his Death Star, that he announced, hey, I'm gonna go and blow up this planet called Balactus. And you have people on Balactus, Arborites, the Arborite commander Byzantine, who is black, by the way. And I'm like, was he the inspiration for the black Arbalist commander in fucking Rogue Trader? What's his name? Oh my god, I forget his name, but I have that DLC. Solorn? I can't remember. Not a lot of voice acting in that game, so it's hard to remember how to pronounce people's names. And you have like a Minastorm priest, who's an ex-Imperial Guard commander. It's not commander, a soldier, who is leading like a pilgrim militia group. And they're fighting unrest on the planet because apparently the Abaddon or the Force of Chaos or whatever have plotted like an uprising on the planet to make it so the planet, there's like ongoing fucking riot uprising going on the planet as the planet killer Abaddon's Death Star is approaching the planet, where they have to deal with traitors, daemons, all heretics, all over the fucking place, dude. By the way, and they also like some of the captains of the ships are like are Nurgle worshippers, so that's kind of cool. Who during a boarding action left behind a fucking plague bearer on the Lord Solar Macarius, so they had to deal with a fucking demon on the ship. Which, oh my god, twice they had to kill the demon on that ship because it multiplied, right? And I'm like, knowing what I know about the 40k lore, like, I hope to Christ they did not fucking make a fucking report to the fucking a report, because if they did, then the Inquisition is going to show up and fucking kill everybody on that ship to keep more fucking demons from like showing up, which does happen, right? Where like you encounter a demon and then like that opens you up for possession later on. Happened in the Dark Imperium fucking series, right in the first book. Spoiler alert. I'm not gonna try to spoil too much of the book because I really enjoyed the book. I really enjoyed the action scenes are great. There's not just like epic space fleet battles, but there's also ground force battles where they have to fight sieges. And what I really liked about this book, and these older 40K books, they don't have the like, you know, the humor, the dark, you know, fucking almost like Terry Pratchett fucking kind of surrealistic humor that's in his fucking books that for some reason since like the mid 2000s or whatever they start putting 40K books. Here it's none of that. It's just straight up grimdark. Yeah, there are scenes where there's like downtime and characters we're getting to know characters, but oh, I forgot to say there's a commissar character called Kyojin who's pretty cool, a ship commissar which oh my god, the scene where he's like he asked the captain asked him like, you know, because my second command is hive world or nobleman which the crew don't like, who's gonna take command of the ship after I die? And he's like, I will. And like the ship commissars already have the power to kill. They can kill anybody who they want. They kill anybody they want, dude. If they feel like, oh, you're not doing your job or you're showing signs of cowardice or whatever. So I'm like, holy fuck. So that was fucking funny. Oh my god. Which there's also a really cool space captain who's like in charge of his name's Erwin Ramus, who's the captain of the Drachenfels, which is like a fucking Warhammer fucking character. So from the lore or some shit. And he's basically a fucking dreadnought inside. Like he's basically entombed in like a fucking like in his ship and leading it from like life support like coffin fucking thing, like a fucking dreadnought, dude. And I'm like, what the That's fucking funny, dude. And he said, like, you know, like Titans, people like infused into Titans or whatever think they're like godlike, you know, they have like, you know, they're godlike with their fucking fire powers. Like, no, I can fucking wipe out entire fleets of Titans on my ship, which happened in not Hammer of Demons, the second Green Knights omnibus book. Which, if you include the Green Knight, the individual books, and the Green Knight fucking omnibus, I've read technically 8 fucking 40K books in a row. Holy shit! Not just 6. Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a haul video after this. So I'll show you which books I'm gonna talk about. I might review it when I'm taking a break from reading 40K books. But yeah, the book is really good. Lots of action. I love the grim dark. Like they keep the fucking tone, man. No lighthearted bullshit, dude. They keep the fucking tone, which is fucking great. One problem with the book is that there's so many plot lines and there's so many fucking characters that, like, you know, some people had a problem. If you read Goodreads reviews, they had problem keeping track of the fucking characters. I didn't have problem keeping track of the characters because they remind you who the characters were by their titles and roles or whatever. I had a problem with they had all these plot lines, and I'm like 30 pages from the end of the book where it's like, okay, they still have to kill the traitor who betrayed the planet. They still have to like have the fucking final battle with the repelled the siege long enough for the crew on the abandoned planet, because it's called Execution Hour, because you have people stuck on the fucking planet as the planet killer is going to show up, which Leoton Semper is pissed off that, hey, they have to evacuate planets and abandon them for the planet killer. Dude, they should be standing and fighting. But yeah, what happens is that because of a retarded planetary governor delaying his fucking evacuation, they get stuck. The captain and the captain and several of the crew from the fucking Macarius is stuck on the surface of the planet, where they're getting attacked by a fucking army of fucking chaos cultists. While that's happening, the Battlefleet Gothic has to fucking battle with some ships from the fucking the advanced fleet of Abaddon's planet killer forces. And then you also have there's a separate, so you have that plot line, you have this plot line, and you also have the plot line where there's like a fucking daemon on the ship waiting to sabotage the fucking ship for it to get crippled. So the Nurgle worshipping space captain from the what was it called, the Virulent, could take revenge on the Malchus for, like, because the Malchus, in one of its first battles in the book destroyed a Nurgle worshipper chaos space battleship called the Contagion, and defeated the Virulent in like another fucking battle. So you have all those free fucking plot lines, which the book like was able to wrap it up in 30 pages. So it's like the ending felt super rushed because the book, because it's like the book was like 319 pages long, dude. Like, holy fuck. Like, it was a very rushed climax. I'm not gonna fucking lie. But the book is very fast paced. You gotta give it that. It's very fast paced, very fast read. You can finish this book in, like, if you're a fast reader, you can finish this in a day or two. But like, not a day. I wouldn't say like 2 days, 3 days. I took my time because that's the thing, man. One of the guys I was talking to at the hobby store, we had this conversation while they're having in the middle of their fucking 500-point game, which is like, why the fuck are we having a conversation when you guys are in the middle of the game? We were just watching it play. I guess it was our fault because we were talking while they were playing, I guess distracting them, and we were talking about the hobby and how, like, 40K, if you think about it, is like 3 hobbies in once, because you have to build and paint miniatures, you have to play the fucking game, and you have to read all the fucking books and shit. Holy fuck. Yeah, so 7 out of 10, like I said, great book. And yeah, my next 40K book I'm going to review for the channel is probably going to be the second Dark Imperium book, Plague War. And then we're going to take a break and check out this book, which is going to be I'll show it. It's A Violent Masterpiece by Jordan Harper, which I did a review for Craig S. Zoller books, and some guy commented, if you like those books, you should read this, or something like that. So sounds like a very messed up, fucked up book. I'm gonna read it, and it was $40. So holy shit, dude, $40. So if this book sucks, you're blocked on the channel. Peace out.